Hello, everyone, and welcome. I'm Kyle Prouty, Investment Products Associate here at Yield Street. Today, we're excited to discuss what we believe to be a compelling opportunity in trade finance, Sugarcane Trade Financing 1. I'm pleased to be joined today by Jim Bedell. Jim is a director of private credit at Yield Street and has been with the company for more than 6 years. We're also fortunate to have Jeremy Austin, General Director of Sugarcane Brazil, join us today from Sao Paulo, Brazil. Jeremy has nearly 40 years of experience in the sugar trade and leads Sugarcane's operations in Brazil. To kick things off, Jim, could you give us an overview of trade finance and what it means for our investors?
So trade finance is actually one of the oldest forms of investment, going back hundreds of years. It essentially is a suite of financial products that helps facilitate the purchase and sale of goods and services between businesses. And it often involves an international component. Typically, sellers of goods want to receive cash up front, and the buyers of goods want to delay the payment of said goods as long as possible. In order to help balance their working capital and liquidity concerns, they turn to trade finance providers to help with a financial product. That could be the form of providing money up front and collecting payment when the receivable is paid in 60, 90, 120 days, or it may be providing the cash up front for a company to produce a good and receive payment when the good is delivered. Trade finance is a sleeve within the broader private credit group at Yield Street. It includes things like supply chain finance, an offering which certain investors may be familiar with, as well as inventory financing, factoring, or general working capital financing. And it's typically been reserved for specialized groups like banks, credit funds, insurance companies, not previously accessible to accredited investors. Overall, given those components, it makes it a well-rounded diversifier in your private market portfolio.
Thank you, Jim. Now let's turn to our specific opportunity, Sugarcane Trade Financing Portfolio 1. Jeremy, Sugarcane has a long and impressive history in the sugar trade. Can you tell us more about the company's background and its role in the industry?
Sugarcane is a company trading approximately 10 million tons of sugar around the world. We have a 72-year history to date of trading sugar. We trade 15% of the sugar leaving Brazil, and we're trading around the world. We have offices around the world. We are not just trading sugar, we're also trading coffee, cocoa, rice. We have some industrial assets in sugar, and we are, I would say, as pure traders in the top 3 in the world.
Thank you for the insight, Jeremy. Now let's focus on the investment opportunity at hand. Jeremy, given your deep knowledge of the sugar trade, can you share why you believe sugarcane, particularly from Brazil, is an attractive investment opportunity for Yield Street investors?
Sure. What are we looking at? Sugarcane, especially from Brazil. Brazil is exporting 30 million tons of sugar today. It's exporting, therefore, 75% of the sugar, the VHP sugar that is supplied to the world market. Sugarcane is obviously the base product. It has a requirement of anywhere between 12 and 18 months before being in the planting to when it's making the sugar. So there is a lead-in time there, which does require financing on the part of the mill. And that is where we step in. We're making loans to the mill in the intercrop season. So when the crop is finished, in general, the crop goes for 7 to 8 months. The intercrop period is around 4 months, 5 months. And then the season is upon us again. So they're normally using the cane for sugarcane, for sugarcane planting. Once the sugarcane is planted, we have to wait to see when it is going to be cut and produced. The loan is made for, in one of the instances, $100 a ton. That's compared with a value of the sugar of approximately $400, $450 a ton at the moment. But the value of the sugarcane clearly is not that value. But we will always make the loan basis, let's say $100. 130% of the loan will be covered in terms of the cane guarantee. So the value of the cane, which is a value of the cane in the fields, as defined by a consticana, or let's say an index here in Brazil, to give a value of the cane on a monthly period, is always there as a guarantee for the money, the loan that we have made. Once that cane has been processed in the mill and becomes sugar, the value is significantly higher. And at that stage, we are still in a better position. But the mill has to deliver that sugar to us in the port in order for the full loan to be paid back. And we will receive the value from the sugar for the principal and the interest on the value of the loan that we have made.
Jeremy, thank you. Now let's dive a bit deeper into how you select and evaluate the sugar producers you work with. Can you walk us through your due diligence process?
Basically, I would say a lot depends on experience. And in any deal that is made, one has to have eye-to-eye contact with the owner or the chief executive of the mill in question. As we've been here for 35 years, we've got good experience of the mills. One of the mills we're dealing with, we did the first ever contract with them when they were allowed to export in 1990. Other mills, we've been working with them for 15, 20 years. So we do know that they're good people. We know their reputation. We know what has been going on with them. That is not the only point. We have our own rating system for the mills. So we will go and check all their financial details. We will check out what they're doing in terms of the environment to make sure that there are no laws being broken in terms of what is happening in terms of labor laws, environment issues. We will have a fairly full due diligence on everything that's going on at the mill. And we will project the cash flows, check out all the commitments of the mill to make sure that we are comfortable that they're going to be able to fully perform that loan in the term that we have allotted to them. And we want to be fully comfortable and to make you as well feel comfortable that everything is going to be going smoothly with that mill.
Thank you, Jeremy. Now let's turn our attention to the specific opportunity we're offering to Yield Street investors. Jim, can you walk us through some of the key structural features and protections built into the investment?
Sure, I would love to. Some of the key features that we've built into the investment include diversifying the portfolio across 3 different loans. Each of the borrowers has collateral that's spread in different regions of Brazil. Second, we only advance up to a certain amount of the value of the independently verified collateral, or the loan to value. That ranges from 54% up to 77%. Additionally, we have had the originator, Sugarcane, provide a 30% first loss piece on one of the loans. And one of the final features is that payments of the loan happen on a monthly basis and are tied to offtake contracts that involve the delivery of sugar from the borrowers to Sugarcane.
Structural protections seem to be the differentiator from our first sugarcane trade finance offering. Can you compare the two a bit further?
Sure. In many ways, they're similar. They incorporate a lot of the same structural features, but compared to our first sugarcane offering, this one has 3 borrowers compared to 1, and we have the first loss piece provided by the originator to further illustrate their conviction in the investment.
With that, Jim, Jeremy, thank you again. We really appreciate all of your valuable insights. If you're interested in learning more about trade finance and our latest sugarcane portfolio, visit yieldstreet.com, where you can find additional resources and offering materials.